Heaven is not a place that you go to when you leave the body. Heaven is lived in the here and now. It's not later. So a lot of the stories is, you get to go to heaven one day. No, you are in it, in spirit always. And this is the realization, this is the shift within your own consciousness. So the door is open within your own consciousness. The external, like, just forget about the external. Whatever's going on out there, it's only you and the light, and nothing exists outside of this. You're the expression of God in this human form. You don't have to go to church to experience God. You don't have to go to a temple or be in the presence of some kind of person who's gonna take you into this experience, like a priest or a shaman or a guru or someone who is like, yes, I have that role, like this middle person. God is within you. The light is within you. And Christ is not a person, it is a consciousness, and it is one that you are here to embody. No one can make you believe anything that you're not already believing. So any belief rooted in fear and separation, nothing in the external, not a government or not media or a person or religion, like nothing placed that belief in you. And I know you all get this. The belief was already there. So what any external forces that benefits from you living in fear and believing that you're separated from the source, from the light, and you somehow need to get in, they only work with the fear that is already there. And you can change in this moment. When you stop believing that you're separated from God, that's when everything changes. Not because, and please be with me on this, not because anything in the external changed. People love to blame the external. They love to project out and say, if this could change, then I would change, then the world would change. They pray for a better world. They pray and they hope and they wish and they send on good energy. But this world is changing when we start waking the fuck up and realize that everything is within. Nothing is outside. The correction, like that belief that I'm separated from God, that is for each and every one of us to shift this. So most people, maybe even subconsciously, they're waiting for something in the external to change. And trust me, nothing is going to change until you change. When you change, then everything changes. So when you stop believing that you're separate and that you have to earn the light, nothing in the external is the source of your wealth, your abundance, your love. Stop outsourcing your power and like, oh, if this person would just like, if this would happen. And here's the thing, take it, dissolve it a little bit into like, I need an apology and then I will feel better. Like, this person hurt me, I'm waiting for an apology. I need a last conversation, then I will have closure. Most people, they love to blame their ex or their boss or their neighbor, and they're like, if I only had a different neighbor, life would be so much better because my neighbor is like so annoying. No, it's not the neighbor. The neighbor is mirroring something within you, and then it's your job to get into like, what is this? And whatever your ex did, like, it was perfectly lined up so that you would, whatever it is for you that you needed to learn, set boundaries, honor, like, raise your standards, love yourself, put yourself first, stop tossing yourself out the window, like, because like, I just want to be loved, and if this person loves me and chooses me, like, then I'm whole, I'm complete. So it's like all my needs are suddenly out the window because everything is centered around getting this one person to like you. And this can be romantically, or it can be, friendships, or it can be in your business. Like, I just need this client to choose me, and then like, stop it. Like, stop it. This is also why people attract the same experiences. They attract the same partners, romantic partners. Like, it's different people, it's the same experience. Like, you're meeting and it's great, and 6 months later it's the same. It's like, how is this the same? Like, I've been here before. How is this just the same? It's because it's you. It's not the person, it's you, it's a story, it's what you believe to be true. It's not a person, it's a pattern okay? And that pattern is within. The loop closes when the pattern closes within you. Most people want to blame, and most people prefer that Christ is a person and a savior. Why? Because when Christ is externalized, they get to outsource their power, they get to be victims, they get to blame the neighbor, they get to blame their ex, they get to blame their boss, they get to outsource their power. What happens when someone realizes that Christ is actually a consciousness that I'm here to embody? It's a light within me. What happens then when you take that ownership and it's like, wait, it's actually a consciousness that I'm here to embody, and it's not something external? Then this will ask you to look at every reactive pattern, every comfortable story that you're hiding behind, every space where you're running away from yourself, everywhere you're playing small, everywhere you're gossiping, and it will demand that your small, limited human self, like the fear-based identity, the ego, like it dissolves so that your eternal, true, unlimited self can rise. And this is the crucifixion and the resurrection. It's a map of our eternal liberation, because in order for your unlimited, eternal, free spirit to rise, that fear story needs to dissolve. Now, bear with me here again, because this is not comfortable for people. And it feels life-threatening. It's not life-threatening, it's ego-threatening, but it feels life-threatening. And it feels like I'm gonna die. And in a sense, you are. It's the death of who you thought yourself to be. It's the death of the identity that has wrapped itself around, I'm separated. I'm separated from God, from the light, from source, from love, and somehow I'm gonna earn it, or try to get there. And when that identity, that sense of self dissolves and dies, what that looks like is that there's a whole lot of changes in your life, situations and jobs and people and relationships. Like everything is going to start like, okay, this is not in alignment anymore. And most people are terrified of even touching this. So then it is so much more simple to say that Christ is a savior. It's one person that maybe one day is going to come and save us all. Like, who knows? But hopefully, because I ain't going to do shit. And it's so much easier, because to get real into it, to sit with our own fears and our own shadows, our own reactive patterns, like your ego is literally going to fight back. It's going to say, this ain't happening. It's going to try to hold this position, even if that position is destructive. You're chasing love and likes and money and success, and somehow you're never getting there. But the ego is like, let's stay here. This is, at least it's familiar, it's what we've always known. And like, it's gonna try to hold its position. If you have made it this far in this video today, then ask yourself, and I think you already know the answer, is that you are ready for this path. It's not a path that everyone chooses because of all the reasons I've talked about. But if you know deep within and you feel like, yes, I'm here for this, I have a strong sense of being on a mission, and that mission, that is to reveal the light. You have an assignment. You don't have a career or a job. You have an assignment. These powerful souls that are here to, wow, they're here to live a life that hasn't been demonstrated to them, to truly anchor the light and hold a whole like new frequency and anchor it into the grid. You can't have a regular job, because this is the job. And what you are doing are something that most people don't even want to touch. And most people don't even have the capacity to get into it. So this is why sometimes it's 10 a.m. on a Monday morning and we're laying on the kitchen floor and like there's energy moving through us and we're feeling deep grief and sadness and we're, things are happening. And why we're tired in the afternoon and got to take a nap, or we go to bed at 8 because we're exhausted, because you're recalibrating and you're expanding the vessel so that you can hold this level of light, this level of frequency, so you can be in the fullness of this energy. This is big energy, so you scale up, and this is not fluffy duffy stuff, and it's to be embraced and worked with carefully, because you gotta have your body with you. Frequency downloads, it needs to be integrated and landed in the body. So activation is always followed by integration. Then it's grounded. As you receive more light, you're grounded, it's integrated, so the new energies settle. No rush, no forcing, no quick, no like I'm gonna raise my vibration really, really quickly, because there's a lot of that stuff. Like, let's go, let's push through, let's do these, you know, really intense whatever exercises and like work with high, you know, dimensional frequencies, and it doesn't serve anyone when it's done like that. It's like a cable moving electricity, and if the electricity, if it's too powerful, too high, like the cable can't hold it. And so it's the same with our body. Like we have to, like, the body is like, it's the vessel, it's the antenna, it's this instrument that moves this frequency in and through and into the earth, and we emanate and we live it, but not too fast, not everything at once. Gentle, integrate, safety, security. Notice, like, a lot of rest, a lot of spending time in the quiet, a lot of stillness, reflection, journaling, being around really, really good, solid people, beautiful communities, lots of time in nature, lots of amazing things that you need. And so you scale up. You can hold more and more light, more energy, higher frequencies. But it's not quick, it's not sudden, it's not like, let me raise my frequency, let me go. Activation is followed by integration. Lots of love, lots of safe holding, lots of beautiful nourishment. And you'll naturally feel when you're ready to, like, okay, I'm ready for the next. Okay. And there's a harmonious flow within your being. So your body is with you. Your body is with you. So then ascension is more about going down. It's like a descent into the physical, into the earthly, into the body. You're fully planted. When you're fully planted, then the going up naturally happens. So it feels like an uprising, and you're just going to have the most incredible sensations in your body. You're going to feel like you're walking in the heavens and on the earth at the same time. And it's beautiful. You're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel more joyful. You're going to be less affected by the energy around you. You don't feel like a leaf blowing in the wind anymore, like tossed around by life, like worrying what comes at you, what the days will bring. You're not an effect of circumstances anymore. You feel more secure in yourself, more grounded, and less reactive. Doesn't mean you don't get triggered. You're still human. You're going to have shitty days. It's going to be hard sometimes. You're human. You're going to go through periods of times that are really difficult and hard, but the way you move through them will be different. So every meditation up on my profile is more than meditations. They're transmissions, and they're designed to awaken and activate and stir awake what is dormant within your being and what lies on a deep cellular level. And it stirs a remembering of who you are. When you receive light infusions, and when we work with higher dimensional frequencies, what happens is that this ignites this sort of cleansing. And so again, see it like as things are starting to clear out, so that you are more and more like a pure channel. Energies can move through you. So that's why the integration is so important, because it ignites this process of cleansing and purification. After receiving a beautiful light transmission, the next day it's suddenly like you can feel sad, really heavy, because it ignited a process, and then you're asked to be with that, like to feel that and let it move. And so it's also important to understand the process, because a lot of people are like, oh, I actually don't feel better. I feel really weird today, or like the next day. Good. It's a sign that it's working. Something's being cleared from the system. Before, you couldn't feel this. Now it's up at the surface. Now you can actually feel it. So maybe there is a negativity, maybe there's grief, maybe there's a deep sadness that has been locked in your chest that is finally moving. And then we have these aha moments where like, oh my, wow, all my life I have given my power away. All my life I've been searching for validation from my father or my mother, or wow, like these things happen. But please be part of a supportive space where you can share and be held and receive loving guidance, because sometimes it can feel very disorienting and a little bit confusing because things are starting to move. And I just want you to know, oh, I get so emotional. I just want you to know that you're so loved and you're so supported, and there's so many who's with you in the seen and the unseen. And everything is set up for you to have this awakening and this liberation for the internal you to rise again. This is the resurrection. And what does this again feel like? So let's make it practical. I talked about this a little bit earlier, but what it feels like is joy. Oh, you feel lighter in your body. You feel excited about life. You feel more secure and centered and grounded. You're no longer waiting for something to happen so you can feel good. It's often very subtle. It's not something grand, like woof, like, it's often very subtle. You just, I feel different. Maybe you look back and say like, wow, 2 weeks ago, I don't recognize that person, because sometimes it really is like that. Sometimes it can even be a day. So you look back and say, yesterday, I'm not that person anymore. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, 3 months ago, wow, feels like another lifetime. So it changes. The way you see yourself in life, everything changes. The way you experience life changes. You know that love is a state of being. It doesn't have anything to do with another person. We've learned that another person is the source of our joy and our love. We've learned that because of something in the external. Now, like, we are in love, but love is a state of being. So you're always in love. You cannot not be in love. So you stop searching for love. You stop searching for someone to choose you. You stop searching for someone to love you and say you're wonderful. You already know this. So you begin living it. And trust me, the people that are going to come into your life is going to be very, very different people. And not just people, but experiences, opportunities, everything. Because the source, you are what is the energy, it responds to the energy that you emanate. And so when you truly love you, and again, notice this peace, this love. I just love myself. I am love. I'm always in love. I'm whole and I am complete. I am one with God, one with Source. Again, whatever name, whatever term that you like to use. Just like a wave is not separated from the ocean, you're not separated from God. You were never separated from God. And then you live from a completely different place. Like that foundation that you stand on is freedom, is love, it's possibilities. Like life gets pretty exciting. And you start expressing the real you, because there's no longer anything to be afraid of. And you start like, what was it that I was afraid of? Like strangers on the internet to judge me? Well, okay. Just as the branch doesn't look for the tree, you don't look for God. This God energy flows through all beings and all life, through nature. That's why being in nature is so incredible. Like this life force, this intelligence, this wisdom flows through all beings and all life. And nature is the church. Like people are told that they can only experience God in a certain place, or like For a lot that is raised religious, that will be go to church and there you experience God, but it can be a temple or it can be a certain place and only a certain day, but God is everywhere. And God is within you. I talked about heaven being state of being, awareness, consciousness. It's not a place that you go to one day, and we're here to live heaven on earth, and like we're bringing heaven down to earth. We're showing everyone that heaven is a place on earth. When you know and when you believe that you walk in the heavenly realms always, like you know that you are one with the highest light, the eternal spirit with God, then you're in heavens right here, right now, and it's always heavenly where you are because it's you. And this is to walk like an angel on earth, one with the light, completely infused, immersed, no separation. And so you feel an angelic being because you can feel their energy. It feels like peace and it feels like love. You don't have to prove anything there or do anything to be worthy, and your entire being relaxes and you're home. Going home doesn't mean leaving the body. This is, again, people like to externalize Christ or externalize God. And even the thing of like, we've been told that God is outside, but remember what I talked about earlier today. No one can make us believe something that we're not already believing. So humanity already believed they were separated from God. So they're like, yeah, we just agree. The belief sits within you. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame government or religion or like, don't blame anything. Look within you. Where do I believe that I'm separated from God, from love, from source? Where do I believe? Where do I believe? It sits with you. When we believe that we're separated and that one day, so people often say like, one day I get to go home to God, like when they die. But you don't have to die to experience God. You can experience right now. So there is no waiting for heaven, or there's no waiting to get there. The only voice that says, I can't go there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve. Me? That there is no figure up in the clouds that points down and judges you and says, look at your track record and says, yeah, sorry. You got to do a little bit more this and this and do some more work on yourself. The only judgmental voice, that is your ego. So where do you have a language that I don't belong there? I'm not good enough or worthy. I did this. I hurt someone in the past, or I said something I shouldn't have said, or like I messed it up. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of, and maybe one day I can be granted safe passage to heaven. Like I don't know, like the door is open within your consciousness, within you. You are always in the heavenly realm if you so believe that you are. Because again, like the source light, the love of God is flowing through you every moment, every second. It's infinite. Like there is no judgment. It's just like an infinite ocean of love. But so many people believe like, no, I did something bad. I can't. And they carry this shame with them, this guilt, and this feeling of failure, or feeling like I don't deserve. I'm not a good person. I have to pay for what I did. And then like we create our own heaven or hell. Like we create that. And so it's amazing that love can feel like the scariest thing of all, because when you soften and you let yourself be in that space and total vulnerability where all of you is seen. Yes, your flaws and your insecurities and what you did and what you said, like all of it is seen and all of you is loved. That is terrifying to the ego. And that's why people close, they run away, they like, I don't want to be here. And so love feels scary, vulnerability, softness, to surrender into the light, because all of them are exposed, every part. And when it is that, like you get to love all of you. And when you love all of you, you act like creator, all loving God, like it flows through you, but you are the one, you with you. I say, I love all of me. I did the best with what I knew at the time. And it was enough. And I'm proud of myself. And I love me. Of course I do. And it wasn't my fault. And I actually didn't mess it up. I just did the best that I could with what I knew. You start to have understanding of your patterns and the conditioning and your wounding. And like you couldn't have done anything differently. And now you get to love all of you.